It's amazing to think that for the majority of human history, we had almost no understanding about the sun. We didn't know what it was made of, how it formed, or how it produced energy. We didn't know how big it was, and we didn't know how far away it was. We orbit the sun at a distance of about 150 million kilometers. This number is actually an average since we follow an elliptical path. At its closest point, the Earth gets to 147 million kilometers. And at its most distant point, it's 152 million kilometers. Distances in the solar system are so vast that astronomers use this distance as a standard for measurement. And so the average distance from the Earth to the Sun is called an astronomical unit. Instead of saying that Pluto is 5.87 billion kilometers away from the Sun, astronomers say that it's 39 astronomical units, or AUs. You might be surprised to know that the distance from the Sun to the Earth was only determined within the last few hundred years. There were just too many variables. If astronomers knew how big it was, then they could figure out how far away it was, or vice versa. But both of these numbers were mysteries. Ancient astronomers, especially the Greeks, tried estimating the distance to the Sun in several different ways. Measuring the length of shadows on Earth, comparing the size of the Moon and its orbit to the Sun. Unfortunately, their estimates were off by at least a factor of 10. The key to figuring out the distance to the Sun came from observing Venus as it passed directly in front of the Sun. This rare event, known as a transit of Venus, happens only twice every 108 years. Once devised, the best opportunities for taking this precise measurement came during the Venus transits of 1761 and 1769. Astronomers were dispatched to remote corners of the globe to observe.
We're trying to move towards the future. They want to be stuck in the past. And we've heard this kind of thinking before. Let me tell you something. If some of these folks were around when Columbus set sail, they must have been founding members of the Flat Earth Society. They would not have believed that the world was round. And as an American, I'm here to say we need to act. We don't have time for a meeting of the Flat Earth Society. Today, for the sake of our children and the health and safety of all Americans, I'm directing the Environmental Protection Agency to put an end to the limitless dumping of carbon pollution from our power plants and complete new pollution standards for both new and existing power plants.
Do you believe in God?
Me?
Creator?
Yeah, so I'm, the more I look at the universe, just the less convinced I am that there is something benevolent going on. So if your concept of a creator is someone who's all powerful and all good, that's not an uncommon pairing of powers that you might ascribe to a creator. All powerful and all good. And I look at disasters that afflict Earth and life on Earth. Volcanoes, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, disease, pestilence, congenital birth defects. You look at this list of ways that life is made miserable on Earth by natural causes. And I just ask, how do you deal with that? So philosophers rose up and said, if there is a God, God is either not all powerful or not all good. I have no problems if, as we probe the origins of things, we bump up into the bearded man. If that shows up, we're good to go. Okay? Not a problem. There's just no evidence of it. And this is why religions are called faiths, collectively. Because you believe something in the absence of evidence. That's what it is. That's why it's called faith. Otherwise, we would call all religions evidence. But we don't, for exactly that reason. So I'm given what everyone describes to be the properties that would be expressed by an all-powerful being in the gods that they worship. I look for that in the universe and I don't find it. So I remain unconvinced. But if you've got some good evidence, bring it, bring it, bring it. Okay? And so I don't lead with that information because what I believe should be irrelevant to anyone. It's not about me. It's about the real world.
Okay guys, so it's not nice to hear that. It's not nice when most of the world is deceived and people are mocking you and laughing about the truth. If it's so bad now, and there's so many things they're deceiving us now with, how worse is it going to be for your children? Guys, you guys who have children, what they're doing at the age of like almost 5 years old, on the cell phones, going, being manipulated. And I know, it's a strong force we're dealing with here. It's a very strong force, because the kids are going to school. I'm not saying take your kids out of school. I mean, I'm actually Afrikaans, but luckily to school, I can speak English and write English, Afrikaans. And yeah, so school has its benefits. I know that. But it must be your responsibility at the end of the day to show your kids the truth. And you know what? It's not going to be difficult for them. Why is the sky blue? If I look at the sky, why is the sky blue? You know, you're going to get so many answers and scientists and yeah, it's because of this winds and that fogs and whatever. I can't even remember, it's a long time since I've been in school. But if you tell your kids simple, the truth, and I'm going to link another video. I told you guys I'm going to link a lot of videos to show to you and prove to you that the place we're living in is not what you think it is. And I'm going to link it, and it's a very sensitive thing that I want to do, because I don't want to upset the people who don't believe in God today. But I'm going to show you guys that we're serving a loving God. But I'm going to put a few verses in, just to show you guys that, you know, they're actually mocking God, not us. They're actually mocking God. And it's so difficult to explain these things, and that's why I'm using short video clips. But I have to put in the verses, because that's where the world got their evidence from. It's from God's word. And it's very sensitive, I know. And I don't want to say something and then people like, yeah, these, you know, this believers. It's not what I'm about. I want to show everybody the truth, because even the Christians today are so deceived. More than the people who don't believe. They are more deceived, because they're listening to their pastors. They don't want to open the Bible themselves, especially the Catholics. Yes, in my first video I also talked about the Catholics and how they're coming together to form one religion. And that's why I said, unbelievers, you are clever. You see these things happening and you know something is not nice. So that's why I say you guys are clever, and bear with me and just walk with me this path that I'm going to show you guys. You won't regret it, I promise you. And I only want to show people the truth. So, I'm going to link another video. And I'm just going to put a few Bible verses in just to explain some things. The video I'm going to show you is not from the Bible, but I'm going to put the Bible verses in to show you and to make you think, because the world is making the Bible, which is the truth, a lie. In any case, you know, the scientists and those guys, they in any case got their own religion. They say, no, we don't believe in anything. We believe in a Big Bang and everything was here. That's it. There's nice birds here and trees and everything is just, it's like a bomb. Everything just here. That's it. But they also, it's a religion that they're in. They are in their own religion. That's what it is. So, I told you guys I'm not going to talk long because I won't say I like to talk. I actually never talk, but it's so nice just to share the truth with people, normal people like me and you watching. So I like it. Thanks. Okay, check out this video. Ciao.
And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day.
Our mission as the Civilian Space Exploration Team is to be the first civilian team in history to launch a rocket that reaches space.
All systems are go for launch.
T-minus 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can see the shimmering of the surface of the brine, so it's a different density. It's super salty water, and that's what's making it compress and stay almost like this underwater lake that you're seeing. And that's the source, and so depending on the flow from the source is the basically depth of the lake or pool, the brine pool.
Oh yeah, you can see it there on the right.
Yeah, just
By where
how
those
it's like a
fingers are.
current. You can
Let
see
me
the
go in
current.
just again.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary. Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's just
Whoa, look at the.
it's just mind-boggling to
it-
see ripples on the bottom of the ocean.
Yes, it's like a lake, and it just people keep now feverishly typing in what makes it not mix, and
Because it's 3 to 4 times the salinity of seawater.
yeah, so it's
Oh,
acting
look at
more
that
like
one.
a solid.
We're stirring it up now.
Yeah. That's good because we're already kind of in the.
I was going to switch it to bubble cam.
They're just
Yeah.
starting to dip
that's
the
awesome.
front porch in there.
So if you look straight down a bubble cam, you'll be able to see some of the waves that we create when we first hit the brine pool.
All right, you want to come down just a little bit more and make some waves?
Yep, we have a lot of methane and sulfide.
A lot of methane and sulfide.
Yep.
A lake in an ocean.